Today, I'm going to share with you one of the earliest frameworks that I picked up that I learned for doing market research, but also one of the most powerful because it just gets at the heart of the matter. It helps you understand your prospects, their experience, what they want, what their desires are, what they want to get away from, all of that. All of that is contained in this 3F-3D framework for market research, for copywriters or really any marketers that want to get to know their prospects better. So with that, let's dive into the notes for today's episode here. So there are two main types of market research that you need to do. One is objective reality. That's like what's going on out in the physical world. If you're doing an investment product, it's about how the markets have actually behaved, how they are behaving. If it's a health product, maybe it's about some research, some studies that have been done on the particular health treatment or whatever. There's objective reality, right? It's anything that's measurable, that's external, that's physical, that can be detected with the five senses. And then the second main type of market research is the subjective reality. And that's the thoughts, the feelings, the beliefs, the emotions, the desires, the inner state, the experience of our prospects, of our market, right? It is how people see the world, how people experience the world, everything that's going on inside their heads. And both of these types of research are critical. Both types of research are critical. But one of them, and you can guess which, one of them leads to a lot more sales if you can really nail it. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Is it objective reality? Is it subjective reality? It's subjective. Understanding what's going on actually inside your prospect's head is way more important to moving them to make a buying decision, to persuading them, to getting them inspired than the objective reality. You use objective reality. It's important to have the proof to back up whatever you are saying, whatever you're claiming. But most of sales and persuasion and marketing is about connecting with people on that subjective experience level. So the 3F-3D framework for copywriting market research is aimed square at the center of their subjective experience. It's about identifying their internal motivators, the things that they're going to move away from, and the things that they're going to move towards, right? So research has found that actually the way that this is measured, that negative motivators, things that we want to get away from, are roughly twice as powerful as positive motivators. So the motivation to win $1 is roughly the same strength as the motivation to prevent yourself from losing $2, right? And so the negative things that we want to get away from, have a more powerful motivating effect than the positive things that we want to move towards. And these are summed up in this 3F-3D framework. There's 3 F words, no, not that one, and 3 D words, no, not that one either, right? These are, this is a safe for work presentation on market research for copywriting. But we're going to talk about these 3 F words and the 3 D words and how they inform your market research. So there are 3 F words that will send your prospects fleeing. These are things that they want to get away from. First is their fears. Anything that they are afraid of, anything that they, that strikes terror, that causes that desire to flee, right? If they are fearful of something that could happen in the future or some current state that they want to have remedied, then it's going to be a motivator. Frustrations. They're frustrated about something going on in their life right now. They're frustrated. They're emotionally agitated. I use agitated a lot for this, but anything that they are frustrated about may cause them to make a buying decision. And failures. We all want to get away from all the ways that we have perceived that we have failed, right? So we perceive that we failed in our finances. We perceive that we failed in taking care of our health. We perceive that we failed in our relationships. We perceived we failed all over our life, right? And we want to get away from it. And the more that you can understand your prospects' fears, frustrations, and failures, it's nice and rhythmic, right? The more that you can understand your prospects' fears, frustrations, and failures, the more you can speak to them about the things that they want to get away from. And then presumably they're going to want to go towards something else. And that is the 3D words that magnetically attract buyers. The 3D words that magnetically attract buyers. Number one, their dreams. What dreams do they have about what could be true in their life, right? Maybe, just tapping into those broad categories of money, of health, and of relationships. What do they dream about financially? What capabilities do they want to have financially? What about dreams of their health situation? It could be a particular fitness goal, or it could just be dreaming of being able to move freely and being very comfortable in a body that doesn't give them aches and pains for just everyday life, right? They dream about certain things, right? They dream about good relationships with their loved ones, with their kids, with their grandkids, with their lover, with their friends, with their communities, maybe, that they're a part of. So they have certain dreams, they have certain desires. And, that word can be perceived in a very narrow context, like sexually, right? But people desire all sorts of different things. They desire money, they desire material goods, they desire good relationships, they desire connection with people, they desire to feel love, they desire to have certain experiences. There's all sorts of different desires that people have, right? And so understanding that and how that fits in your market and around your particular offer is very important to be able to speak to your prospects. And then destiny. What is their sense of their personal destiny? Where do they see themselves ending up? Where do they see themselves going? Where are they headed, right? And so it could be something that's work related, or it could be something that is, personal relationship related. It could be, who knows? It could be related to hobbies. It could be related to just fun pastimes. There's lots of things, right? But they're the 3D words here that are positive, that attract people towards them, are their dreams, their desires, and their destiny. Again, alliteration. We got the rhythm: dreams, desires, and destiny. So we had fears, frustrations, and failures, and dreams, desires, and destiny. The 3 F words and the 3 D words in this framework: their fears, their frustrations, their failures, their dreams, their desires, their destiny. And you can see like how when I learned that very early on, that just kind of got stuck in my head because it is so rhythmic and it's got the alliteration, but also it's very powerful at getting at like the core of what moves people, what moves us as human beings. And when you know these about your prospects, about your market, your copy becomes powerful, right? Your copy can become incredibly powerful when you speak to your prospects' fears, frustrations, and failures and agitate them emotionally to the point where they want to take action, where they want to rid themselves of those fears, frustrations, and failures, but also where they want to take action towards fulfilling their dreams, their desires, their destiny, right? And you play with those two poles. It's a polar thing, right? They want to get away from the negative and towards the positive. And so the first thing you need to do is you need to find them through market research, right? And historically, you had to like go find the publications that your prospects would read and speak to them, do like panels, do interest panels, do focus groups, right? And speak to them individually as well. And then you could kind of spy on your prospects with blog posts and forum conversations and all of that stuff. And today it's actually become easier than ever before because you can actually tap into this stuff. This is one of those things like ChatGPT is not very good for objective research, and all the large language model AI tools that are out there, they're not that great for objective research because they will treat something that is not true just as positively as they will treat something that is true. They'll just say it and you can't tell the difference unless you know. But in terms of subjective experience, it does a pretty good job of representing what common subjective experiences happen inside markets. And so I'm doing training actually tomorrow, May 18th of 2023. You can check the link in the description. I'm doing training on copywriting market research with ChatGPT to get into this and more, how to very quickly do market research that previously could have taken hours and days, and very quickly get an understanding of what motivates people in your market. And then when you translate all of that into your copy, you want to make your offer as the path away from their fears, frustrations, and failures and towards their dreams, desires, and destiny. And you might want to check out my emotional direct response copywriting training for how that is pulled off in copy. Those links are in the description, but it's worth remembering here that it's so much about the emotional experience. People are going to make their decisions based on emotional motivations, right? Based on their fears, frustrations, and failures, based on their dreams, desires, and destiny. And then they're going to justify those decisions with logic. And that's it's a truism from hundreds of years ago. I think it's tied to Ben Franklin, that statement, but it probably goes back before him. And people will continue saying that for hundreds and thousands of years, even if we have AI writing all the copy, because that is how human beings work. That's how we work as human beings. We are not logical robots. We make decisions based on emotion and we justify them with logic. And so that's why you have to tap into the subjective if you want to be effective as a copywriter. My call to action for you at the end of this episode, ask yourself how you can use this. You could leave a comment with this episode and let me know what of this you're taking away as a core takeaway from this episode. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe so you get more content like this delivered to you. And I'm including links in the description to the Copywriting Market Research with ChatGPT, which it's on May 18th, 2023. And if you catch this before then, you could actually become a BTMS Insiders member and join us live for the monthly Insiders call that will be that. And if you catch it afterwards, well, it's going to be posted. The recording is going to be available for you so that you can access that same training, maybe not participate live. I'll also include the emotional direct response copywriting link. And those are both part of the BTMS Insiders streaming library of marketing and copywriting courses. You pay one low fee, you get instant streaming access to everything. It's all included with that. I'm Roy Furr, this is Breakthrough Marketing Secrets, and I'll see you again in the next episode. See you soon. Bye. Thank you once again for tuning in to this daily episode of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Remember, check out the links with this episode for even more value. Now make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and engage in every way you can to keep this show going and growing and delivering daily value to you. I'll catch you soon for your next big breakthrough.